Hi there, fight fans. My name is Kian Lang, and I'm very happy to say that I'm today joined by UFC Featherweight Bogdan Grad ahead of his fight this Saturday at UFC Baku. Bogdan, how are we doing today, brother?
Hey, I'm amazing. Thank you very much for having me here.
Thank you very much for joining me today. I'd love to start by looking back at your last fight. Obviously, February, Saudi Arabia, Lucas Alexander, your UFC debut, and you went out there and got a second round finish, and more importantly, the bonus as well, I'm sure was very
Yeah,
incredible for you. How proud are you looking back at that performance, and how happy were you with that night?
I'm very proud and very happy. The most important thing was that I followed the game plan, and that's the main thing. If you want to be one of the best, then you have to work with game plans. And the mind sometimes doesn't play along with our plans. But I was good there. I knew that Lucas Alexander is a very, very experienced kickboxer, so this is why I used the Ramon Decker guard, and I didn't fought with him, so I just tried to close the distance and to wrestle him. And in the second round, it was good. I could finish him and got the bonus. Very happy.
And I think we saw in that fight the thing that stood out to me was almost in between the rounds when you went back to your corners. You seemed like you were fresh as anything. You could go for however long you needed, and Lucas seemed like the pace had really taken a toll on him, and he was almost gasping for air. Do you think that cardio of yours is one of your biggest weapons?
Yes, yes. I think that's one of my biggest weapons. And one of the biggest lessons I learned from this fight, I learned and I understood one thing. I knew it before, but I didn't felt it deep in my soul. So the opponent is also getting tired, not just me. Before that, I was like, okay, if I work a lot and I try to take him down, work, then I'm gonna get tired. But he's getting also tired, and I have a better state of mind, mindset now about that.
I think we saw that relentlessness. I mean, in the first round, he did quite well. He defended some takedowns. There was some grappling exchanges he did really well in, but that pace just wore on him. And in the second round, it seemed like you broke him. Did you feel that way in there?
Yeah, I was on his mount, and I was hitting him, and I saw it in his eyes that he wants to give up. He was done. He was not physically, but he was done. His body couldn't get it anymore.
And to get the bonus following that performance must have been so special. What was that like?
That was amazing. I worked uh, a lot in my life to support my dream to get here, and I didn't make a lot of money, never. And to get 50K was very nice.
And you mentioned there the work that you've put in. I saw before your contender series fight, there was even a thought that if you lost that fight, that could potentially be it for you to go from that mindset to where you are now, opening up the main card on a big card like UFC Baku. I mean, how special is that for you?
Man, uh, I'm living my dream life. I'm really living it. And you know what? Um, I'm very happy with the fact that I got into the UFC. I got the first win. Now I feel free. Now I don't feel any more pressure. Now I don't want to talk too much, but if everything goes well on Saturday, you're gonna see a much better version of me.
And what improvements are you looking to show from that last fight? Obviously, again, not giving anything away from the game plan.
Yeah, the main thing is the looseness. To be, I was very stiff in the last fight, and in the fights before, the same. Also with Michael as well at Contender Series, because the pressure was so big. I knew if I'm gonna lose a second time at Contender Series, that's it. Goodbye, UFC. After that, I knew if I'm not gonna win the first UFC fight, okay, I have a four fights contract, but who knows? Maybe they say goodbye, Bogdan. So no, now I feel like the pressure is gone because I had a good start. Now I can build on that.
That's exciting to hear. And looking ahead to this matchup, Mohammed Naimov, obviously, really, really strong opponent. He's fought the likes of Nathaniel Wood. I mean, the best of the best at the division. How do you look ahead to this one?
Yeah, of course, always there can happen something. He can catch me with uh, a shot or another. But if that doesn't happen, he's not knocking me out. I'm gonna take him into deep, deep waters, and it's gonna be a dog fight like you are used to be from used to see from my side, and we will see who will break.
And you mentioned there a dogfight. It feels like you're becoming known as a real entertainer and a guy that fans really want to tune in for. And do you think that reflects in the fact that the UFC has chosen you to open up this main card and kick this one off with a bang?
Yes, yes. I think the way I'm fighting, the relentless way of fighting, and the fact that if you give me the mic, I can say something that's not very boring. And this combo, as we know, it's not just fighting in the UFC. It's also the way you handle your marketing, and I think I'm doing it okay. And it seems like they see it the same way. And I am so thankful that they gave me in the second UFC fight a spot on the main card. I think I just was looking on ChatGPT, and just people like Brock Lesnar, Ronda Rousey, and Khamzat Chimaev, now he got a main card spot in the second UFC fight. I'm so honored and I'm so thankful to the UFC.
Well, that's an incredible list of names to join. And you mentioned there the relentlessness, and I think that's something that I picked on from your last two performances. That despite the fact that maybe you face some adversity early in those fights, your mind is so strong and you're so resilient within the fight. Do you just have this inner confidence that you always feel like you're in a fight and you can win a fight?
Yes, that changed with the last two fights. I grow a lot, you know. Now I'm nearly 30 years of age, and I got more mature, and all my life experience that I got until now are now settled in. I feel very relaxed. I don't feel any pressure. I don't feel any uh, emotions. I'm just seeing the anatomy in front of me that is moving, and I know I have to shut it down.
And one of the most special things for me watching you is how you represent your countries. I mean, even today you're wearing the Austrian flag. How special is it for you as a guy who trains out of obviously Champions Graz in Austria to fly that flag and represent your nation every time you go in there?
Yeah, as the single guy now in Austria representing the flag in the UFC, I'm very proud of that, and I'm very proud of the backstory with my coaches. I started with MMA with Gerhard and Michael Ettel, my coaches, from the beginning. So my first fight I did at their event, Cage Fight Series, who is also working with the UFC Fight Pass, and that was 2014. And so my whole career was together with them, and I we grew together, and I learned everything you can see in the cage from them, and that's very special for me.
It's like you're a guy that really wants to grow the sport in Austria. How do you continue to do that? And is that a real focus of yours?
Yes, that's a real focus to help the MMA grow in Austria. I'm focusing on being myself first, and I want to represent the way of a humble, good human being that is helping others, that is there for others. And I want to let the people see that MMA is not just a brutal sport, it's much more behind that. So maybe that helps for the popularity here.
I think that's inspiring to hear. And how has life for you been like since the UFC debut? Do you get recognized a lot more around the streets? You become a bit of a celebrity there?
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes I, I'm driving and stopping at the red light in the city, and kids are coming to the car and knocking on, hey, and they're shadow boxing Bogdan. It's amazing. I'm very happy and very thankful for that.
That's incredible, man. And I've got to ask as well, the reffing, are you still doing that even despite these fights?
Yeah, I'm still doing the rafting. You know, all the money I earned from the UFC, it's in a bank account, and I didn't took 1 cent from there. I'm still working some weekends, and thanks to my sponsors, I also get a little bit from there, so I can live with that money. And I try to live from that money. To the earnings from the MC, I have to save and to invest. We never know. Now maybe I break my foot or something happens. We never know. As a pro athlete, you have to think ahead, and that's also one a way of thinking that I want to share and to learn the younger generation to think ahead. So yeah, I'm still doing the rafting.
That's really good to hear. And just one final question from me. And again, I really can't thank you enough for your time today, mate. It's been a pleasure. Do we have a final prediction for how you see this one going?
Yeah, I'm gonna knock Naimov out in the second round. It's gonna be a finish.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much for your time. I'm really looking forward to this one on Saturday. I'll be wishing you the best of luck, and hopefully we see another win and another bonus for you, man.
Yeah, thank you very much, and thank you for your time, and also for the way you made this interview. You're professional, and I really like that.
Thank you very much. That means a lot to hear, man. Thank you. Thank you very much. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you very much for your time, man.
Thank you. Wish you also the same, and all the best to you, and greetings to everyone.